呪術廻戦
Okay, let's read chapter 236 of Jujutsu Kaisen, Minamie, to the south, towards the south. When the previous chapter ended, Gojo had gotten off Murasaki, and it said it's Gojo's victory. And we break from the pattern of this being, the 16th or whatever part of the series to this, and we get Geto here saying, hey, yeah, oh, ah, and Gojo, clearly looking different, and here, Zakenna Sayaku da yo. So this is fuzakenna, like you gotta be bullshitting me, you gotta be fucking me. This is the worst. Shitsurei da na hito no kao o miru nari. It's rude, a person's face, I guess, like becoming seeing. Like when you see a person's face, that's rude. Like to say that when you see someone. Okay. Clearly there's a big break in what's going on here. And you can already kind of tell what's going on. But we'll play with it here. This is we'll see where this is going. Seito ni ichimata ja ne ka. To pupils said it, didn't I? Isn't it? So I told my students, didn't I? Shinu toki wa hitori datte. As for the time of dying, it's alone. That's what I said. So like I told my students, didn't I? When you die, die alone. So again, if you really want to think about it, what this is suggesting is that Gojo is dead. Because, right, this is Geto. Notice Geto doesn't have any scars. So this is not Kenjaku, this is Geto. And, again, reading this. But let's just keep going. Tanomu kara ore no mouso de atte kure yo. Because doing a request, like I'm asking you here, I'm requesting, with my imagination, I guess like do the favor of existing. I guess he's saying basically like do the favor of confirming that this is my imagination. Mouso. Yeah, a wild idea, a delusion. Oh wait, no, I thought I added JJK into here. I guess not. That's the one thing I forgot. JJK, volume 26. I should also note this is the final chapter of this volume. So we will look at the art at the end, which there is some interesting stuff. And we will do a preview of the next volume. Okay. I'm not sure why atte kure yo. Do the favor of something. My imagination. I'm making a request. Ii janai ka dochiratte. It's good, isn't it? Whichever direction. Meaning like, does it matter either way? Yoko ne yo. It's not good. Chichioya no koto mo. Even things of my father. Even things of father. ... Ma sochi wa shoko ni tanonda shika? Well, as for that thing, as for that direction, to Shoko requested, didn't I? So, okay. Something about his father, something about father, it's not good. But then he says, well, as for that thing, like, I made a request of Shoko. Was that, what's her name? Ireiri? Was that her name? Anyway. Do datta noroi no o wa. Oh, this is Geto saying, how was it as for the King of Curses? So talking about Sukuna. So how was it with Sukuna? Iya, majide tsue yo, tsue wa. Well, no, seriously strong. Seriously strong. We just had a question come up on an old Dragon Ball video about Gotenks using wa. And it's a male thing to be a variety of things here. It's either here like a assertion emphasis, or kind of being like, ugh, just being a little bit more open about like, yeah, that guy was damn strong. しかもスクナは全力出し切ってね点だから。And what's more, as for Sukuna, all output going all out, not doing that. So, all output, but then kitene, like not exhausting. So basically he's saying like, and he didn't even go all out, which is interesting. So seriously strong, Sukuna didn't even go all out. Okay. Where are they? This is supposed to be like this is supposed to be like a train terminal or bus terminal. あっちにも恵みの遠さがなかったとしても勝てたか怪しい. Okay. To that direction, in that direction, Megumi's, this is Fushiguro, Megumi's 10 types, not existing even if doing, winning, I guess, was suspicious or strange, dodgy. This is Gojo talking and saying in that direction, meaning to Sukuna, Megumi's 10 shadows skill, even if he didn't have that, winning would have been weird or like suspicious. I'm not sure what by Ayashi. Yeah, I guess like dodgy, doubtful. Again, kind of suggesting this idea of like, hey, I doubt I could have won. It would have been suspicious about winning, doubtful of winning, even if he didn't have the 10 shadows, that still would have been hard. So that's interesting. So we're getting kind of like a frank discussion here at this point. 君にそこまで言わせるとはね. By you to that place, making say, as for that, how could it be? So that's Geto responding basically like, wow, he made you say that, like it was to the point that you're to the point that you would say that. ちょっと申し訳なさすら感じてるよ. A little bit doing the feeling of 申し訳なさすら. So that's Gojo saying something which is like surprising Geto. So a little bit doing the sensation, the feeling of 申し訳なさそう. Oh, okay. 申し訳 It would help if I actually typed in wake. Nasa so. Yeah. A little bit apologetic doing a feeling. Yeah. Okay. So this is Gojo saying like, I'm feeling a little bit apologetic though. Which is why Geto's surprised. Koko no wabi shisa wa dare yorimo kyoukan dekiru tsumori da. Okay, Koko is like a lone height. Yeah, isolation, superiority, wabi. It's not, no, that's not an apology excuse. It's beauty. It's like wabi, the wabi of wabi sabi. Wabi shisa, like his loneliness or miserableness. as for the miserableness of the isolation, more than anyone, mutual feeling is possible. That's kind of that's the intent, or that's what he means. That's what I mean. Like basically saying like, I can empathize. I can share the feelings more than anyone, with the sadness, the miserableness of the isolation. みんな大好きさ、there's the 寂しくはなかったでも、どこかで人としてというより、生き物としての線引きがあったのかな? Okay, so everyone loving, and as for loneliness, sabishiku, not existing, dokoro de. Oh yeah, so like I guess this is supposed to be like far be it from that. More than the thing of being a person, as a living creature, line drawing existed, I guess. Okay, what does he mean by senbiki? Delineation, demarcation. Okay, so he's saying that there was a demarcation as a living creature more than the thing called being a person at some point somewhere, such that like sadness didn't exist and he was liking everyone. Okay. ... Oh, this is a statement that's going somewhere. 花を咲かせることもめでることもできる. Okay. Even the event of making bloom a flower, it's possible also the event of mederu. To love or admire. Okay. Also the event of making a flower bloom, and it's possible also the event of admiring, presumably the flower. We see some lotuses. でも、花に自分を分かってほしいなんて思わないだろう. But to a flower, desiring understanding of oneself or whatever, it's not thinkable, right? Oh, this would be like to a flower saying, I desire understanding of oneself, me. To a flower or whatever, that's unthinkable. You can't say to a flower, like, I want you to understand me, right? So you can make a flower bloom, you can admire it, but you can't say to a flower, you can't think about telling a flower, like, I want you to understand me. Desiring understanding of self. Okay. Kita eta nikutai ni mini tsuketa gijutsu, migaki aketa sensa ya baatari no hasso to shunpatsu ryoku subete butsuketa. Okay, so this is disciplined, forged physical body. Mini tsuketa gijutsu. Mini tsukeru is this is like to learn, to acquire knowledge. So sensor. Oh, sensu. Okay. I'm getting there. Ba'atari no hasso. Grandstanding? Ad hoc dress rehearsal. Okay. Ba'atari no hasso. Expression and shunpatsu ryoku. Like instantaneous emission? Yeah. Like explosiveness. Everything. Butsuketa, which I guess is knocked in, struck hard. Okay. So again, like forged, disciplined, trained physical body to that, and techniques obtained, learned to obtain techniques and polished, refined sense, and the, I guess, the expression, the idea of, no. This was like grandstanding of expression and explosive, everything knocked into. I guess when he says ba'atari, that grandstanding, he's talking about his like kind of flair. Like when he fought, he was always kind of grandstanding, playing to the gallery. It says, hamming it up, or, that sort of a thing, like playing to an audience. So like, this is sort of like drove it all in, this explosive power, this grandstanding expression, and this sense of having refined senses with that he obtained, and this to his like forged, disciplined physical body. So he's talking about all the training and all the stuff he did. Sukuna ni wa, as for to Sukuna, zenbu tsutai takatta tsutawate hoshikatta. As for to Sukuna, all parts wanted to convey all parts of that. To Sukuna, desired transmission. Like I wanted him to sense like all he had done. I guess to know that like he was a worthy fighter or something. Zettai teki na kyosha. Absolute strong person. Sore yue no kotoku. And for that reason, isolation for that reason, anata ni ai o oshieru no wa, as for the one teaching you love to you. So this is kind of echoes back to, what was her name? Yorozu or whatever, who was in Megumi's sister's body. As for the one who will teach to you love, the absolutely strongest person, and therefore like isolated. Anyway, okay. So kind of similarly, this idea of like wanting to convey emotions to Sukuna. Tanoshikatta na. It was fun, Tanoshikatta. Sukuna wa boku ni subete o butsukeru koto ga dekinakatta. As for Sukuna, to me, everything, I guess, knocking in event wasn't possible. So basically, Sukuna wasn't able to go all out against me. Soko o moshiwake naku omou yo. That thing or that place, excuse not existing, I think. Like, I'm sorry for that. I think there's no excuse for that. Yakeru ne. Yakeru ne. What is this case? To be jealous. Okay, so this is Geto saying like basically like I'm jealous, Demo kimi ga manzoku shita nara sore de yokatta yo. But you, satisfaction have done, if that's the case, with that glad. So basically, but if you're satisfied, I'm happy. Manzoku ne. satisfaction, you know? Or satisfaction, huh? 背中を叩いた中にお前がいたら満足だったかもな. Oh, okay. So this is Gojo saying, like, satisfaction, huh? Back, clapping amongst that, you, if existing, satisfaction was probably, you know? So this is Gojo basically saying, if you existed, if you were there amongst, in the middle of that, clapping, striking my back, meaning, I don't know if senaka o tataku is a phrase, but it kind of has a similar meaning in English, right? Patting me on the back. Yeah, okay, it's not coming up. But anyway, if you were amongst those existing, like, I probably would have been satisfied. And there's a flashback there of what that might have looked like if Geto had been there. Notice, like, everyone's kind of shaded out except him, because he wasn't actually there. Ha ha. All right, so he gets a chuckle out of that. Okay, other people. Yeah, okay. So this is our final clue. We should already know that Gojo is dead, just given all the talk that we've seen and Geto being here. But now we know for sure this guy is dead. And I don't remember who this is, but we'll see. Oh! Okay, we'll see. I think that's Nanami. This is the guy that we saw, like, a very brief stint of, and he, like, died very quickly, right? That's all I remember, just because of his eyes. Okay, so we're continuing this weird discussion. とにかく僕を殺すのが時間や病ではなく僕より強いやつでよかったよ. Okay, so in any case, the thing killing me, time and sickness not existing, me more than strong guy with that glad. Okay, so this is Gojo continuing to talk, basically saying, like, in any case, I'm glad that the thing that killed me wasn't time or an illness, but it was someone stronger than me. Boku yori tsuyoi yatsu de, through a guy stronger than me. Doko no busho desu ka? What place's busho is it? What place is busho? What is a busho? This is like war officer, war general, military commander. So, like, you are a military commander of what place? Okay, so two new people have appeared in. Tote 現代人とは思えない思考だ。気色悪い. Okay, that's creepy. So, tote. Tote is, no matter what, present day people, as for with them, not able to think thoughts. It's creepy. Okay, yeah, so basically, people nowadays, like, don't have thoughts like that. They don't think that way. It's creepy. What he just expressed. Yeah, so he's basically saying, like, okay, yeah, so you're a general of when or where? Because it sounds like an old idea of, like, oh, I'm glad I didn't die from old... Anyway. Huh? Ma dakara koso. Well, that's why in particular, watashi yori wa nagaiki dekitan desho kedo. Well, that's why in particular, as for more than me, long life was possible, I guess, right? So presumably this is this person saying, like, I guess that's why you were able to live longer than me. Okay, so what do we got here? Gosa no hani da yo. It is the scope of like error difference. Gosa. Yeah, like measurement calculation error. It's within the scope of like a calculation error. Gojo-san told Nanami wa. As for Mr. Gojo and Nanami, so this is Nanami. Mukashi, Geto-san ni itta n desu yo. Mou Gojo-san hitori de yoku nae desu ka te? Okay. A long time ago, by Mr. Geto, it was said. Or said it to Mr. Geto a long time ago. Already, Mr. Gojo alone, it's not good? That's what I said? Question mark? Already, Mr. Gojo, like being alone, is that not good? That's what I said to get Mr. Geto a long time ago. Yamete kudasai, please stop. So that's Gojo, like, reaching around, patting Nanami on the head. Anata wa jujutsu wo ikiru tame, nanika o mamoru tame ni furu no de wa naku. As for you, for the purposes of living, sorcery, and for the purposes of protecting something, it's not furu. Oh, furu is to brandish, to wield. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, to swing, to wield, to brandish something. So like, yeah, not brandishing for the, okay. All right, these are two different thoughts. As for you, living, for the purposes of living, it's sorcery. It's not for brandishing, you're not brandishing, wielding for the purposes of protecting something. Tada hitasura jibun o manzoku saseru tame ni koushi shite ita hentai deshita kara. Tada hitasura. Simply nothing but making the fulfillment or satisfaction of oneself for that purpose, doing action, it was strange. It's weird. Hentai. So like you're weird. You're weird because you basically act koshi. Yeah, you do action, meaning of sorcery, for the purposes of making yourself satisfied. It's nothing more than that. You don't do it to protect something. You live for sorcery. Okay. Nanami, それはみんな持ってたけど、言わなかったことだよ. Nanami, as for that, everyone's thinking but not said event it is. So basically everyone thinks that, but we don't say it. ちょっと灰原。ちょっと灰原、お前の方がムカつく。Oh, this is Haibara. Hey, wait, Haibara. Your direction is Mukatsuku. Oh, like you're annoying me. You're annoying me. You're irritating me. Sumimasen. I'm sorry. Sono harakan wa atatte ita wake desu ka? Okay, well, as for that harakan, that skin feeling, what? Naked person. No, that's not the right kanji. But it is the right Okay. All right, let's try Jisho. Jisho. No results. Really? Nothing at all. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so hara is, oops, hara is skin. Yeah. Sono harakan wa atatte ita owake desu ka? As for that skin feeling, it's like correct. That's the reason. Harakan. All right, I'm actually very intrigued by this. We want hara, and then we want kanjiru. Okay, that's not coming up with. Harakan. Modern expression, skin feeling, yep. Gut feeling, personal intuition. Okay, so that's like, yeah, as for your intuition, as for your gut feeling, your skin feeling, it's on the mark. That's what it is. Okay. That works. さっき、はっきり自分で言ってたもんね。Okay, previously distinctly, clearly, on one's own, by oneself, said a thing, you know? Like you said it distinctly, clearly earlier? All right, whatever. Dot, dot, dot. あなたらしい最後でしたよ. Like you, final time it was. It was a final time that was like you. Anatarashi, rashi means like seeming like something. So a seemingly like you final thing it was, meaning like that was an appropriate end for you. Or an end that was like you. Or like, yeah, anyway, you get it. 肯定はしませんが、同情はします. As for kote will not do, as for empathy will do. So like I can't do this, but I will empathize. Kote here is affirmation. So like I won't affirm it like it was a good thing, but I will empathize. そりゃどうも. As for that, like thanks for that. お前はどうだったんだよ? As for you, how was it? Oh, meaning your end. Remember, Nanami died in the subway in Shibuya. いや、それが僕が出しゃばってしまって。Okay, no or well, that thing, me, 出しゃばってしまって. Desha? To intrude. Like, that thing, like, I butted in on that one? Like, I intruded? And he says shimao, shimate. And he's like, regretting that, or, like, I'm sorry I intruded. I'm not sure why he's saying that. Noroi ga hito o ikasu koto mo aru? Curses, the event of making live a person exist, or also exists. So curses, the event exists, like these things happen that curses make people live. Jujutsu ga so de aru yo ni. Sorcery, in that way, in the manner of existing, like sorcery does. So I guess curses, there are events also where curses make people live, just like sorcery does. But I feel like I skipped a page, but no, that's correct. Anyway, there we go. Hey, Shadow Legion, how's it going? 以前、メイさんにおすすめの移住先を 聞いたときに言われたんです. Okay, so previously by Ms. May, that's Mei Mei, recommended Ijusaki. Ijusaki. Moving, living ahead, or location. Okay, yeah, this is like migration location or whatever. Heard time was said, or listen time was said, or asked time. Okay, so earlier, previously, to Ms. May, at the time of asking a recommendation for a migration location, this is what was said. This is what she said. Okay. So we're sort of flashing back, I guess, to a conversation with Mei Mei. 新しい自分になりたいなら北へ. New self, towards a new self, wanting to become, if that's the case, towards the north. So basically, if you want to become a new self, go north. 昔の自分に戻りたいなら南へ行きなさい. Old self, towards the old self, wanting to return, if that's the case, towards the south, please go. So go south if you want to return to your old self. So that's the chapter, the title of the chapter, right? Minami-e, to the south. So that's where the title comes from. Do we make mangas? No. I currently just read. 私は迷わず南国を選んだ. As for me, without hesitation, chose the southern country. So that's Nanami saying, like, I didn't hesitate, I chose south. そんな後ろ向きな私が最後に未来にかけたんだ. That's sort of a backward facing me. In the final time, to the future gambled on. Gambled on the future in the final moments, me who was backward facing like that. Oh, okay. So I guess this is Nanami talking about when he was talking with May and places to go or whatever. And he's saying like, hey, I chose south without hesitation. But he's saying like in my final moments, I gambled on the future. So the idea, I guess, that he was choosing north. All right. 悪くない最後でしたよ. It wasn't bad. It was the final moments, the final times. 灰原にも感謝してる. This is Nanami still talking. Also to Haibara, due gratitude. I'm thankful also to Haibara that it wasn't bad in the final moments. Domo domo. I guess you're welcome, you're welcome. Sokka, I see. So that, I guess, was all coming from Gojo asking Nanami like how his final moments were. Gakucho! Principal, school principal. So this is what's his name, Yagi or whatever his name was. So right, he's dead too. Jujutsu shi ni kui no nai shi nante nai n ja nakatta n desu ka? Okay, so to a sorcerer or by a sorcerer, regret not existing, death or whatever, not existing, wasn't it that? Yeah, okay, so he's like, he's saying, wasn't it supposed to be that like sorcerers were supposed to die without regret or whatever? Okay, so there we go. Some happy scenes from all our dead people. Oh my, we haven't seen these in a while. I forget who this is. Oh, this is that Megumi's sister? And then I don't even remember. Okay, well anyway. これが僕の妄想じゃないことを祈るよ. This thing, my imagination, is not event praying. Okay, so this is Gojo saying basically, I pray that this is not my imagination. So he's so happy that he's kind of happy to be dead. Ah, okay, and there we go. So there, R.I.P. So something clearly killed him because it looked like he had won. Now I guess the rest of the chapter will be the tortured explanation on why. The tortured long explanation on why Gojo actually lost. Are we ready? And of course it's going to have to do with Makora, right? Makora ni yori tenno wa. As for the adaptation due to Makora, Hitotabi kougeki o ukeru to yuruyaka ni kaiseki ga hajimari. Okay. As for adaptation due to Makora, one-time attack receiving. When receiving one attack, yuraka ni. No, sorry, yuruka ni. Yuruka ni. No, yuruyaka ni. I'm done for the day. This is now my third manga. My brain is done. Loose, slack, gently, easy, slow. So easily, slowly, analysis begins. Okay. As for adaptation due to Makora, when receiving an attack one time, slowly analysis begins. So remember, the whole battle started with Murasaki. Jikan keika ni yotte kankei suru. And it does completion. It completes due to the passage of time. Jikan keika. Keika just means like passing of time. Progress. Sono kan sarani koukeki o ukereba, sono jikan ga kasoku suru. That interval, that time, I guess, like the time of analysis. Already an attack if received, or again, furthermore, if an attack if received, that time accelerates. It does acceleration. So basically, it'll speed up the acceleration of the adaptation. Ichido tekyo shita jujutsu mo. Even sorcery that has done adaptation one time, keshite kaiseki o kanketsu suru koto to naku, saranaru tekyo o tsuzukeru no da. Okay, saranaru. All the more, further all the more still. Yeah, okay. Saranaru tekyo. And kanketsu. Conclusion. No. Yeah, conclusion. Okay. Even sorcery or curse technique, having done adaptation one time, decisive analysis, conclusion doing event not existing. Further, all the more, adaptation continues. Okay, so I guess like doing conclusion of the analysis like doesn't happen with adaptation one time, and the adaptation continues. Okay, so this is presumably Sukuna speaking. I guess to the audience, to the sorcerers that he knows are watching, to explain for some reason. I don't know why he's explaining all this, because this is getting broadcasted back to the command center where all of them are hearing this, and that's why we're seeing Iterori here. And this is still Sukuna talking. 俺が枕にまとめていたのは手本だ. Me, from Makura, as for the desiring or wanting thing, it was a tehon, an example, a picture book, a model. Yeah, a copybook. Tehon would typically be like for an artist, like here's how you draw a tree. So that's what Sukuna says that he was desiring from Makura. 俺が貴様の不可思の破るための手本. Me, your inviolability, your unpenetrability, destroying purpose model, copybook. So a model book for the purposes of destroying your inviolability. Hajime, first, Kisama no fukashi ni tekyo shita makura wa. So in the beginning or at first, as for Makura, having done adaptation to your inviolability, fukashi no chu wa mukou ka suru you ni mizukara no juryoku wo henshitsu sasete ita. Okay. In the manner of doing, what is this? Like, not cancellation. Chuwa is cancellation. Chuwa mukou ka. Invalid or illegal transformation. Like, in the manner of doing cancellation and invalid transformation of the inviolability, cursed energy of oneself making henshitsu. Alteration. So, making alteration of the cursed energy of oneself in the manner of doing cancellation, nullification of inviolability. Okay. それは俺にはできないことだ。だから待った. As for to me, not possible event. So like that, what Makura did was not possible for me. And so therefore I waited. Okay, meanwhile, I guess like everyone's grimacing and or getting ready because they know they're going to have to go fight. 俺にあった不可思議の適応. By me joining inviolability towards adaptation. So like for me, I guess this is like obtaining or getting an adaptation towards inviolability joined together or something like that. That's what he waited for. Oh, okay, yeah. Matta. I waited for the adaptation for that by me. Joining to me, I guess. Waited for adaptation towards the inviolability to join to me. 二度目の適用は, as for the second adaptation, 期待通りのものだった. It was a thing according to hopes. So it went like I hoped, the second adaptation. あれは俺のように斬撃を飛ばしたわけではない. Okay. As for that, meaning the second adaptation, in my manner, or in the manner of me, slashing attacks, making fly a reason was not. As for that thing, in the manner of me, like me, it wasn't a thing of making slashes fly. Making fly slashes. Meaning that adaptation. Okay. Arewa, as for that thing, the second adaptation. Jutsushiki Taisho no Kakucho da. As for that thing, it was the elongation, the extension of technique phenomena. No. Taisho is targets. Yeah, Taisho targets. It was the expansion, the extension of technique targets. So kakucho. Yeah, the enlargement, meaning like, I guess, more types or more targets total. Jutsushiki Taicho wo gojo satoru dewa naku. Okay, so the technique target, Gojo isn't, or wasn't. Gojo wasn't the target of the technique. Kukan sonzai sekai sonomono made kakucho shi. Space, existence, the world itself, to that point, doing expansion. So he expanded the target space to all of that. Kiru, to cut, to slash, to cut, to slice. Okay. Oh, wow. So when we saw Gojo on the ground, that's because he had been severed from his body. Okay. So there we go. This is what he's looking at when he's talking. Yeah, it's pretty horrific. Fukashi nado kanke naku. Yeah, that's a little bit of an RIP. Not being related to inviolability and things like that. Sono kukan, sekai ni sonzai suru kagiri, sono kukan sekai goto sonzai o bundan saseru. Bundan, to sever. Divide into parts. Making division into parts, existence, the world itself, that space, as long as doing existence in the world, that space, and not being related to inviolability. Okay. Making divide into parts the existence in the world and that space, as long as doing existence in that world and that space, but not being related to inviolability and things like that. Okay? Shina no waza de wa atta ga jitsu ni yoi tehon datta. Most difficult, next to impossible skill it was. So it was like it was a difficult, next to impossible skill. In reality, a good model, a good copybook was, meaning you were. Apareda Gojo Satoru. What is that? Blue skies? Apara? What is it? No, apare. Oh, splendid. Well done. Praiseworthy, Gojo Satoru. Shogai kisama wo wasureru koto wa nai daro. Lifespan, you forgetting event, not existing probably. Basically, I won't forget you my entire life. Okay. And presumably that is Gojo smiling, being praised by the King of Curses for being a good opponent. Okay, and then B. Oh, okay. So this, I guess, is we've got Kashimo heading in. So there's someone dashing. Gojo Satoru no shi o itamu hima mo naku. Gojo Satoru's death, itamu, that's to mourn. Free time not existing. Yeah, to grieve over. So there was no free time existing to grieve over the death of Gojo. Ima wa kigen ga ii. As for now, kigen is good. That's just like the mood is good. Yeah, good. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood right now. Senji ni tounyu sareta no wa. As for the one, like, penetrating, diving into the battlefield. Tanomu kara kyou osoguna yo. Because requesting, making a request, don't soguna. Oh, don't weaken, don't chip off the enjoyment. So, okay, Sukuna knows that someone else is coming to fight him. So he's basically saying, like, man, I feel great right now. So, like, you coming in, don't, kill my buzz. Don't weaken my enjoyment. Again, kyo. Yeah. Here's a similar expression, right? To kyo o samaru, to dampen the enjoyment, be a wet blanket, but kind of a similar idea. And Tolnyu. Is Tolnyu invading? No, just inserting. As for the one doing insertion into the battlefield, Raijin, the god of lightning, Kashimo Hajime. That's just his name. So there we go. That's what the layout of the page looks like. So that's him dashing off. The comments from Sukuna, the narration. So Kashimo is going to be the next combatant. We'll see how that goes. That is it. That's the end of the chapter. So Gojo's dead. Presumably, who knows? We'll see whether he's actually dead. But that is the end of the chapter and volume 26. So there we go. All right, let's look at any art here we have. And we've got a popularity poll. So popularity poll, we're not going to bother reading most of it, but you can see it was in 2023. Fushiguro was number 1. And you can see the number of votes. Itadori 2. Gojo, wow, way below at number 3. That's interesting. Okay, we got Geto. Wow, it rapidly drops then to Okotsu. Really? Naoya? Ugh. Nanamin. Toge. Maki. It's interesting, like, now we're kind of then, and then who's number 10? Choso. All right. We'll go through the top 20. We got Toji, Sukuna number 12. There's Nobara, Utahime, Panda, Noritoshi, Mai. There's Kashimo. Oh, Hakari, Higuruma, and Todo. So they tied for 20. They both got 290 votes. All right. And then here's the remainder. And then here's the super remainder. So pause and take a look. I always love these polls. They go down to like the most, like, who is this again? There you go. So it was a total of 96,000 votes. Who is way down? Usually it's like, yeah, so 113th place. I guess this is everyone that got 1 vote. Yeah, everyone here got 1 vote. Can we recognize even one name? Ito Shota. No, I don't recognize Furudate. I kind of recognize Furudate, but I don't remember who that was. Noshitori no Haha. There we go. There's Noritoshi's mother. Sudama Nami. Furu. No, Raru. Raru. Sairasu. Veiru. All right. Well, we're gonna. There you go. Those are all the boats. There we go. A cool, fun art. All right, that's funny. Oh, and there's this. Okay, we'll take a look at that. This book was published in 2024, and it's the first printing. All right, yeah. There's this little. There's a little thing here. Oh, and there's a little bit of art there too. Let's take a look at this. All right, a little pamphlet that came with this book. Right, there's the title, Jujutsu Kaisen, Gojo versus Sukuna. 26 volume. That's the volume that we're in. We will do a preview of volume 27 here in a second. What do we have here? There's Chainsaw Man 17. Boku no Hero Academia. My Hero Academy. Some ads for other manga series. There's Kaiju number 8. That would be good to read at some point. Phantomo Bastazu. What is this? Phantom Busters? Bastazu? Shoha Shoten. All right. Oh, there's Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Super. Volume 23. Dr. Stone, are they still publishing that? Really? Sakamoto Days. Would be good to read that at some point too. There's Dun Da Dun. All the fun stuff. There you go. There's a list of like the latest stuff from Jump. And what was on the back? Oh, we saw those already. Okay, well, that's a cool little flyer. All right, so that was volume 26. Let's go ahead and do our preview of the next volume. Preview of volume 27. Oh boy. It's what's his name? The comedian. And he is still naked. So there we go. All we get under the cover is the microphone. Okay. And let's take a quick look at what we got under the covers here. All right. Interestingly, right, no Gojo. Kenjaku is still here. Takaba. I got to remember that. Takaba. Itadori is still listed, right? It's going to come back like a boomerang. Here's the chapters. You can see we're going back to the decisive battle. Looks like we take another break and then we get back to the decisive battle. So notice also it's a bunch of double exclamation points, which something tells me is going to be about this guy, and it's going to be very like, I don't know. This strikes me as like, what do you call it? The titles of old 80s episodes of like Kamen Rider, Power Rangers. They would typically be something like this, like very decisive, like do this, which is what these are all like imperatives. Anyway, we'll see for sure. So there we go. That was volume 26. 27. We'll continue with, what is that? Chapter 237 next time.